Welcome, anime lady fans. How you guys doing today? Legendary Vash.
Sam the Manga Man.
And we're gonna record Young Justice Outsiders Season 3, Episode 8.
Triptych.
And wow, this episode was very informational, very exposition wise, very everything. But before that, guys, like the video, comment below, and also subscribe. Very important for you guys to do that. To subscribe and continue supporting us what we do. And if you want to continue seeing what we do, don't forget, that's very important. With all that out of the way, let's get to the review portion.
So yeah, Triptych is the name of the company of the Mad Hatter who could bring control everything. You know, the whole Alice in Wonderland, Mad Hatter, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And really, this entire episode was literally all the missions that every individual team.
The 6 squads, which we don't know the 6th one. If you guys know, please let us know in the comment below, because we really cannot figure out the 6th one. Number 1, the Batman Incorporation that has Batman, Tim, which is a Red Robin, Orphanage, Spoiler, Arrowhead. Then the second one, Dick Grayson with his Outsiders group and the Sometimes Connor. Third one, it is the Justice League of Earth, Aquaman and his team, McGann, her Young Justice team. Then the 5th one is the Wonder Woman team, the Justice League in space. The 6th one, we don't know. So please let us know in the comment below, because we'd be gladly appreciate it. Other than that,
and then we figure out that each individual missions that one certain person was always there, and it's that guy named Shade.
Yeah.
And that guy's ability was pretty cool.
Yeah, Shade saved Sportsmaster and the other dude. So that's why he's been beneficial, because they're, instead of making new metas, they're trying to liberate the old metas and control them by a nanotech that the Mad Hatter makes. So that's very intriguing. But like, it's like the saying goes, if you can destroy them, join them, or control them.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much Clayface was one of those people that was being controlled, which it most likely always happens where Clayface gets brain control.
Clayface reminds me of some type of Venom character. He was first a villain in the comics, and then throughout the years he became of an anti-hero.
I guess, but with Venom, I prefer his ability much more than...
Yeah, but I'm just saying with character-wise, with the personality, because things with Clayface and...
He becomes a good guy in the comic books.
Yeah,
he works
both
for Batman Incorporated.
Clayface became a hero with the Detective Comics after the Rebirth, or before with the Rebirth. So that's very interesting, because with that concept, you know, Clayface is just a guy that was a cop, and he just wanted to be a good hero. But he got into the wrong things to do, and then, you know, he became Clayface. And same thing with Venom. He was a villain for so many years, and then he became an anti-hero. He became in the squad of Venom and everything. Sorry, with the squad of Spider-Man and everything. So that's what I want to relate it to. And I like how Tim, Robin, free Clayface, and each of them freed these characters. So that's pretty dope, because they also Batman Incorporated and Dick Grayson free Mist and Livewire as well. Seeing Livewire and Mist was pretty dope.
It was really interesting, especially with Mist. She seemed more like she doesn't even want to be a bad guy kind of sort of thing.
But it shows at the end of the episode because she was being controlled.
Basically, yeah. And then a little bit afterwards, we see the main person, Stag, who was really familiar. We just don't know for sure. I think
we did the research after this, but I'm sure Stag, that name was familiar from the Batman Beyond animated show in the comics. So I'm sure that's what he reminds me of. But I could be wrong, but that's what he reminds me of from the Batman Beyond animated show in the comics.
Yeah, like we figured out that he was the head of the whole entire plan of the whole, pretty much brainwashing the metahumans, and he created the anti-metahuman failsafe plan, and that was like
from
crazy.
From Reach 2, also from season 2, overarching villain. So that was pretty interesting. So
yeah, like he likes to control metahumans, but in case metahumans goes against him, he would use the failsafe plan.
And then
which is insane.
Orko, right on top, right on cue, press the TV, he pop up, getting arrested because she anonymously, send the information to the authorities. So she was smart.
A little bit before we go to that, and then for Shade, now the new metahuman that became to be that didn't want to be, is no longer being controlled. Goes right after the boss that made him like this. So that was cool. That was a good revenge story.
So that was pretty interesting.
Now, the main question needs to be this one.
What is it?
With all, like, with what the woman said.
Oh, the good thing. Well, before we get to that, to save that for the real discussion, I want to add, I like the beginning part of the jokes. Yes. With Livewire, Shade, and Mist. When I say, I can't, with the jokes.
Yeah. And also with Black Lightning too.
Oh,
you
Black-
never had Black Lightning before.
Yeah, that's funny too. You never had lightning, and she just that's funny. I don't know if that was a pun or a joke or kind of both. I was like, wow.
That's just not answer.
And he gave his black lightning to somebody else earlier in the episode. Hey. That was funny too. But with all the jokes out of the way, now let's get to the real discussion. I really love what Tim chose to poor words, but it's true. This overarching so far 8 episodes we have seen at this moment of this recording, it really is light versus darkness. And it really is showing that what Light is doing in episode 7, Vandal Savage looks like what he's doing is good. But what Batman is doing, he's taking a page out of their book and doing it separate teams. And Wonder Woman seems like she's not happy with that because she feels like she has to lie under oath. And she Batman woman knows that Superman, Clark Kent will not lie under oath because he's all about the justice and the truth of the American way. So that's very beautiful because Wonder Woman, she's a princess of Themyscira. So he knows that Wonder Woman don't have to pledge under oath because she's under her own law and under her own rules, but she still will obey by the American and the United Nations. But I like that. I like that type of physiology concept between everybody trying to say what's right or wrong, because that's the morality of us humans that don't know what's good and wrong, what's right and wrong.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. The question was that we've seen how the lights are, and we know how they can do things for good, but in their own control way. Now we see Batman Incorporated and all the Justice League and all the teams having a plan. Literally did not know that each plan was connected. Had to find out much later on.
Their plans are connected, but the people under them don't know that they're still working as a team. They just they just make it seem that all of them broke up and disbanded.
Okay,
so
that makes more sense.
So that's what Batman said, that he took a page out of their book. That they made it seem that they're all disbanded, but in reality they're still working together, just in more secrecy. Just like what Dick Grayson, Aquaman, and Kid Flash did when Aquaman went covert.
Yeah.
So very similar.
I agree with you with that. It literally is a good turnover switch, because in this point of all, whose side do you think is right at this point now? I mean, the light
let us know
is saving humanity, while Batman Incorporated had to use underhanded stuff and literally stole information, I guess.
I don't know who's right or wrong. It's hard to say.
Exactly.
Like both physiology is saying that who's the good and the bad guy. It's just saying like
they literally got that whole yin and yang going on right now.
Like damn.
Even the light has a little bit of darkness, and even darkness has a little bit of light.
It's like again, it's like what Dick Grayson said last episode. Like everything works. The story is doing magic because what Dick Grayson said in episode 7. Without darkness, there's no light. Without light, there's no darkness. There's always a balance with the metahumans and the humans need to coexist. So I'm really curious to see how this turns out. Honestly, with this episode, I'm scared now because I feel like there's some people gonna die in this season. Like I feel like somebody, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Batman, somebody's gonna die because
apparently Halo can't, so she's safe no matter how many times.
That we know. Who knows?
How many times you get to die?
Who knows? The Darkseid just throws his Omega beams on at Halo, and then finally she could die, or just burn her whole body. And then if she somehow comes back from the ash, I'll be like, okay,
Jesus.
You are the new Phoenix. You're the new Phoenix of the DC, because you rise from the ashes, girl. Fuck this shit. Damn, I don't know. But anything else to add?
I think that's really it.
If we missed anything, as always, guys, comment below what's your favorite thoughts about episode 8. Other than that, guys, enjoy what has been going on with Dragon Ball Super this weekend. Let us know. Don't forget to watch our review from this, our non-spoiler review, and also check out our full spoiler review on our podcast with James Barnes at No Anime No Life podcast feed and Careful Spoilers feed, guys. Other than that, guys, subscribe, comment, like, and everything. Like I said, our social media links are down in the comments below. And guys, take it later. Stay frosty. #Young Justice.
Peace.